Welcome to update number 8 in my raised bed garden. Things are doing well. We've had some pretty decent weather, although the last couple days have been kind of stormy and cool, but we're back to some nice sunshine and things are looking pretty good. Tomatoes have been growing quite nicely, and in these three were the buckbee new, and there's plenty of buds coming but no flowers. And these two over here were the black cherry, and there are some flowers on them. If I can find them in the video camera here. I'm not good at that. But there's a couple in there anyway. And they're growing very nicely. I have to tie them up maybe every 2-3 days because they're growing pretty quickly. Peppers are really still kind of slow. The front three, the poblanos, they're just starting to make some little buds. I don't even think I can get in close enough to show that. I'll try. Why not? No, it doesn't. I can't seem to focus in that close. But take my word for it, they're starting to form some. So I may get something there. The rest, the Bananaramas, the early jalapenos, and the pepperoncinis just aren't really doing much of anything. So what I did, where these little markers are, which are just toothpicks, one's there, in between all the peppers, I planted cauliflower, and I'm just going to let them all fight it out and see who comes out on top at the end of the season. I'm betting on the cauliflower though. The lettuce is doing well. We've been eating some of that. In fact, I had 3 plants of each, and I picked the middle one because they were really starting to crowd each other out. And so there's only 2 of each now, but they're doing quite well, and we've picked quite a few and had some salads out of that. The radish batch here are pretty well done. In fact, there's only 3 left in there. I might as well just pick the darn things. These were the French breakfasts. Something nibbled on that one a little bit, but that's okay. I'll still eat it. And I had real good luck with them this year. Last year they were good, but they didn't grow very big. This year they're big and they're still good. Carrots are growing very nicely, and behind them the basil, not too impressed with the basil. The kale is starting to fill out here. Eventually I suspect the kale will take over that whole area. And the rest of the beets are doing nicely. I haven't picked anything yet. They tell me the leaves on the red bull's blood, the red ones back there, are very tasty in salads, but I haven't cut any off yet. Maybe tonight. Onions, I've got them all thinned out. They're spaced 4 and 6 inches apart, as close as to that figure as I could get. And they were all kind of falling over, but since I thinned them, they're starting to straighten out again, so I guess they really needed that. And garlic continues to do quite well. It's getting scapes on the hard necks, and you can see some. Here's one here, and there's one here, and they're just starting to curl now. And what I'm going to do is, when they make one complete revolution with the curling, I'm going to pick them and eat them. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never eaten them before. The scallions back here, they've all kind of fallen over, and I don't know how much longer, but I think pretty soon I'll be able to dig something up out of there. My poor potatoes, I don't know if they're just getting ready to the point where I can harvest, but these 2 in the back are starting to look pretty bad. Actually, we had a kind of a wind come through here last night and blew right in through there, and it happened once before, but this time I think it did some more fatal damage. But it might be getting time for harvest on those anyway, so I'm going to let them go a few more days and see what happens, and maybe I'll be having a potato harvest video fairly soon. These are doing quite well. These tomatoes here, these are the Oregon Spring, and I do have flowers on them as well. Right in there, several flowers. No fruit on any of it yet, but it's nice to see the flowers anyways. And here, two more peppers aren't doing any better than the ones in the ground, so I don't know what that tells about my experiment with growing some in pots and some in the ground. Around them I put some radishes. There's a circle of German giant radishes around this one, and a circle of cherry bell radishes around that one. So I'll use this space for something anyway. But that's about it for outside. Like I said, probably the next video will be a potato harvest. And before I close, I'll give you just a quick look at what's going on with the hydro. And just a quick update on the hydroponics. Here is those two 3.5 gallon buckets I have going. In this one there's a tomato plant, which is the windowsill tomato, a miniature tomato plant that only gets about 16 inches high, so they tell me. And it's the one where I had the problem of the leaves browning, drying up, and falling off, which explains why the stalk is so bare at the bottom. And I had to stake it up because it's gotten a little top heavy. But I took a suggestion from 19 Photographer 76, who said I should spray with a 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide, which I started doing, and lo and behold, it worked. It stopped the leaves from drying out, and whatever was on there was apparently killed off, and the plant is coming back quite nicely. As I can zoom in and you can see there's actually even a flower in there, and I'm getting some new growth down on the stalk where the other leaves had fallen off. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I may even get some tomatoes off of this thing yet. And down over here is my cloned pepper plant that's doing very nicely. It's grown quite a bit. It continues to set flowers, and I keep cutting them off because I want the energy to go into growing the plant for now until it gets a little bit bigger. And over here in the bin, this I believe is pretty well run its course. Things are still growing. There's still plenty of lettuce in there, but if you can see, there are some browning of the leaves, and I think it's just given me about all it's going to give me. So I'm planning on cutting it all out of there. We'll certainly eat what's edible in the lettuce and save what's left of the basil, but I'll clean it out and replant with some other things, though I haven't quite determined exactly what yet. The only thing I know for sure is I'm definitely going to put more basil in, because this basil was just a rousing success. We got so much nice basil out of this, it was unbelievable. But next time you see it, it should be all brand new plants in there. And that concludes it for today. That's my update. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.